Hey, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and blessings to you fellow brothers, pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat Chanak, doing a in-transit lesson. And I'm going to name this lesson somewhere around the lines of the beast system is being finalized. Okay, the beast system is being finalized. First, you got to know who the beast is. Okay. And furthermore, this beast system has already been really set up. That's why the title is the beast system is being finalized. Pretty much the elites are they're pretty much, for lack of better words, completing the system, which is total control. The control mechanisms in the system has already been set up, but they're just putting on the final touches, which is, pretty much order out of chaos. This is how they're going to bring it in, order out of chaos. Okay. And pure draconian dystopian laws. Okay, the beast system is the Roman Empire. Okay, and America is the revitalization of the Roman Empire, meaning history repeats itself. The same people that were in the Roman Empire and that system that was set up, they were trying to gain control, and they had control over the whole known earth at that particular time. Let me go into Revelation 13. It is just get a little understanding here, because as we see these mandates and this Maxine passport, and then they're going to continue to push this charagma, and they're trying to dictate and tell you what you can and what you can't do, and they're going to use all means of evil to pretty much finalize this system, which is total dominance and control over the population of the earth. It's a global agenda, and that charagma, which Revelation 13 tells us is pretty much their finalized plan, is to put that inside of you. And once they get it inside of you, they in their heart believe they have the plan is finalized. They got the whole world. They deceived the whole world. They have the power now, because they have power now, but they don't have power over the people's minds. And that charagma is supposed to merge you a machine, and through the machine, through technology, they're able to control you. Let me bring this out. One moment. I'm driving. Okay. All right. So this is Revelation. I'm going to start at, let me see. Revelation 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. The dragon and the beast really are interchangeable, okay, which is Esau, Edom, like I said earlier, the Roman Empire, which they started with the Greeks, and pretty much the Greeks were pretty much absorbed by the Romans. You have certain scholars that really, they'll actually say the Greco-Roman Empire. Okay, they have the same gods, they just changed the name. Okay, they were the Edomites. Okay, now it says they had two horns like a lamb. The Roman Empire, ancient Roman Empire, they had two political parties. Okay, and let's fast forward to America. They have two political parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. Back then it was the Flavians. I could be pronouncing it, a little off, and the patricians, if I'm not mistaken. So they had two horns like a lamb. All right, let me read it again. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, okay, which is a rulership. And he had two horns like a lamb. A lamb is a very docile creature, okay, a very, passive, a lamb won't hurt anybody, okay. He had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So what we're seeing now is this beast speaking like a dragon. What's a dragon? Is a vicious creature. okay, which we speak about that Draco or draconian law, which goes back to Draco, which goes back to a ruler that ruled with vigorous rule. You know, they rule with no mercy. You know, total control. Okay, you go off a little bit, he's there to punish you. And this system is being set up. They got cameras everywhere. Okay, what's it called? They got cameras in these different airplanes. Okay, watching you to see if you take your mask off. And if you take your mask off, you don't have it on. Through their AI technology, you know, one of the what are they called? The flight attendants will get alerted, and they'll come and they'll tell you, hey, look, put your mask back on. Okay. They have cameras on these what do they call them? These traffic lights in certain of these states, certain of these counties. And if you run a red light, you could still be in you know, it could have you could have just barely made it, or you know, you made it, but the camera will still go off, and what happened? A ticket. Okay, out here in the Bay Area, the Bay Bridge, all these bridges, they're digital now. There's no people there. Okay, and they use this scamdemic to be able to facilitate that. Okay, you know, we don't want people touching money. You know, there's viruses on money, you know, and people can get sick. You're in close contact. So, you know, we're just going to set up a system to where we'll have cameras and technology to where they can see who's driving the car, and they can just send the bill, okay, to your house. Okay. No type of human compassion. Maybe you forgot your wallet. Maybe, you know, who cares? You know, what if you didn't have any money? Who cares? The beast system is going invoice you. Okay, they have these robotic dogs. They're working on robotic police officers, which they're pushing this technology in certain of these countries. They're already out there. They have robots to tell you if you're not 6 feet away from somebody. A robot will inform you. I believe that was in was it Singapore? They released that technology. It was a robot just going around. I believe it was Singapore, going around the streets using different cameras and AI technology, and they'll be able to see if people are too close to each other. Hey, you know, they'll give a warning. Okay. And he exercised all power of the first beast, which is the Roman Empire. Okay. First beast before him. Okay. And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which is this man's system, the way that he rules these political parties in which he deceives you. Okay. Because agendas are being made in the background. Okay. And he's able to sway opinion, you know, popular opinion through voting. Okay. And he puts you in a box. He gives you one or two choices. Either you're this or you're that. And through that, he can pretty much social engineer you into thinking the way he wants you to think. Okay. This is what the Roman Empire was doing. All right. And this is what Esau Edom is doing. The revitalized Roman Empire, which is headed by America. Okay, but it's NATO and the EU, these so-called European countries. Now, when they did that first charter, the EU with the first charter, to come together, it was called the Treaty of Rome. Okay, those nations that were back then are back now. Okay, this is what the scriptures is telling us. And it says, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Because the Western, these scholars say the Western Roman Empire, you have the Western Roman Empire, you also have the Eastern Roman Empire. That was Jake, the Eastern Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire was taken down. Okay, and that's when you have the Holy Roman Empire, okay, going into the Middle Ages, and those were the Israelites. Okay, so he was put down for a season of 1,000 years, as the scriptures say. But since the Renaissance around the 1300s, all right, he came back into power. His wound was healed. Okay, let's continue. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. Now that only happened with the Israelites. The prophet Elijah was the only one who was able, okay, to call down fire from heaven. But through this man's technology on the left hand side, okay, he was able to make fire come down from heaven in the form of these missiles. Okay, NATO, they bombed, I forget the bombing campaign. I have to go back into the history. Okay, as well as when they bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which they had a bombing campaign before that. So when these nations saw that, this was never seen before like that. To where if you got power over the skies, you have that ultimate power. Okay, that's why Esau or Satan is known as the prince of the air. Okay, he's the eagle, which is the bird that flies higher than any other bird. Okay, let's continue. All right, those great wonders, his technology, missiles, missile guiding systems, airplanes, jets, submarines that can fire missiles from, the water going to the upper atmosphere. Right? What other nation was able to do that? No other nation. Now these other nations have that technology, which goes into the book of Joel. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, so Esau's technology is also a snare unto him, because now all these nations, these small nations, have that same capability, which evens the playing field. Okay, let me continue. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Yeah, Esau, Edom, his miracles, his technology, he has deceived the whole earth. Okay, starting with the force of the sword, and through the force of the sword, he was able to push his ideologies, his philosophies upon the people. Okay, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to this beast, and this is the image, the system that's being set up right now. This image. Okay, when you think about the image of Babylon, what do you think? Openness, okay, freedom of religion, freedom to do or lay down with anybody you want, you can eat whatever food you have. It's really like a lawless society, and that's why all these heathen nations, they come over here and they love it. Moab comes over here, they love it. Elam comes over here. I'm in Berkeley right now, and I'm seeing people, young college kids. Mainly I see Moab, Ammon, Elam. Okay, you got Ishmael there. Okay, mainly those nations, and they love it. They all got smiles on their face because of the openness of this society. You can do whatever you want. That's their image. Okay, goes into their political, goes into their medical, their medicinal, their medicine, their pharmakia, their witchcraft. That's what this man is about. He's about witchcraft. Give me a moment. Okay. Where are we at? That they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. That was the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire, going down by the hands of Jake. Okay. Going into the dark ages and rule for 1,000 years, as the scriptures say. And he had power to give life unto the beast. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is what's going on right now. We're in the final stages of this beast system being completed. And once the beast system is completed, you pretty much are going to, if you're not complying with this beast system, Esau. Give me a second. Esau. Man. If you're not complying with this beast system, cops pulled up. Just 1 second. Let me just move to the other side of the street. Just 1 second. And I was thinking about this scripture the last couple of days, just seeing, like even in the city that I'm in, I'm seeing this beast system being finalized. They're with these, starting with this Maxine passport, this whole scamdemic was an excuse to really bring in those measures, what the elites want to do ultimately, right? And that's total control of your movement, okay, as well as your speech. They don't want free speech. You can't have free speech in this beast system. That's why they have this council culture. That's all to destroy free speech in the council people's opinions. Okay, they're gonna stop you from rioting. Stop you from protesting. They're allowing it to happen, but then they send in agents and they cause a lot of chaos and turmoil, so they can have excuse to say no, you can't do this. Okay, this is not a lawful protest. You didn't come to me and ask me if you can protest. Okay, in the final stage of this beast system, you are not going to be able to protest. Okay, as well as censoring of the internet. That's part of this beast system being finalized, because people have a voice on the internet. He doesn't want that. Okay, so when he turns his internet off, when he brings the new system back, the new system is going to have limitations. You're not going to be able to he's going to say, okay, you can get on the internet, and you can't get on the internet. And through these draconian measures, he's pretty much going to put you in a state of distraught and distress, and ultimately being set up to be killed, because you're going to be pushed out of society. You're not going to be able to make a living. Okay, let me a little bit more. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So you don't want to take his juices. Ultimately, you're going to be killed. You want to take his mark, you're going to be killed. You see what I'm saying? And he's going to hit you on all sides. Where's your papers at? You can't come to this city. Why are you in this state? Why are you in this county? You're not an essential worker. What are you doing? You don't have your Maxine passport? Why don't you have that passport? Who are you? Right? He has laws set up to where he can just, on the books, he can just grab you up and lock you up without a cause. Okay? Without having to go to the court. Okay? So this is the system that we're seeing being finalized right now, the beast system. Okay, but the beautiful thing about it, as this man finalizes this beast system, and a lot of people to bring in this beast system, a lot of people are going to get put to death, right? But as he brings in this beast system and finalizes it with the charagma, that's when our Lord is going to come. He's going to basically stop the party. And he called of all. He's setting up the system, the way that he governs, the laws, right? The mandates in order for all to do this, just as he's doing with the Maxine. And more measures. He's not coming to you, grabbing you up like, here, I'm gonna put it in your arm, but you're starting to hear him change his tune on that. There's certain government officials and people in the political realm that are just figureheads for the elites. They're saying, look, we need to be harsher. We need to be harsher. We need to grab these people up and inject them. So he's starting to change his tune. Okay, this is him finalizing this beast system, and he's not going to stop. He doesn't care how you people feel about it. If he's going to cut food, he's going to, create a famine. He's creating droughts. He's pushing mad chaos in the earth, because through that chaos, that's how he rules. Order out of chaos. He's going to bring in that order, and the order is the beast system, which is full control. And if you don't want to follow in line with that beast system, he's going to chop your head off, or he's going to cause you to pretty much get put to death, as the scriptures say. You're not going to be able to feed your family. You're going to be fighting. There's going to be infighting within the family, infighting with your friends, infighting political parties. So you're just going to be a casualty. Okay. He's going to pretty much crash the global financial system, right? And he's bringing in a digital system, right? And what that digital system is, what? Control. He's going to be able to control all your transactions, as well as he has something called what is it? The standard income. What is it? Damn, I always forget the word. Where pretty much you're gonna get what is it? Damn, what's the word? UBI, universal basic income. There you go, universal basic income. He's going to destroy the job market, and he's going to have AI run everything. Okay, what do you think Uber and Lyft was for? Uber and Lyft was set up so you won't be driving no more. It's going to be driverless cars. Okay, you're going to have a certain type of clearance to be driving somewhere in this beast system. You're just not going to be able to go anywhere. He wants you in your house. Okay. Or you might get an hour worth of exercise. Okay. Your ass better have your mask on. Okay. Only one person can go to the grocery store, or he going to have, a robot come and bring you groceries, and he's going to tell you what you can have and what you can't have. Okay. You can have meat this month. Okay. You can have 1 ounce. You can have 2 ounces of meat this month. Okay, those rationings are coming back. He's destroying the supply chain just so he can finalize this beast system. Okay, and he called of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. That's that charagma. Because in order to really solidify this and to really make sure that, nobody can come against him, he has to put that technology inside of you in which he can control your mind. He can control your thoughts. And if you're bucking up, he can hit one button, your ass is terminated. Okay? He showed you that in his movies. And that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this system is already being set up. The precursor to that system is the juice. Okay? That's why in certain of these states, certain of these counties, certain of these cities, okay, and then also globally, they're doing it in Europe, right? Well, Duterte, the president of the Philippines, he pretty much saying, look, if you're outside, you ain't got this juice, man, the police gonna come and escort you back home. You can't go outside. So this global system being set up all around us. And when he pushes that charagma, that's it. That's the final stage. And we already see that this is what he's trying to do. Okay, and he's going to he's using the excuse of buying and selling, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, right? Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for as the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, 666. That's this man's number. The UPC code. Okay, 666. You get buried 6 feet on the ground. You got 6 feet, social distancing. Okay, the patent for the charagma is 68666. That's this man's number. That's this man's that's his spirit. Okay, which is the number of a man, and that's Esau, Edom. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. We're seeing this, us believers. Remember, we're really only speaking to the believers. Us believers see that this system is being set up, and Esau is not going to give no excuse. Not for this. Esau's not pulling no punches, or he's not going to stop. Basically, Okay, why? Because he's controlled by a higher power, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. So until next time, shalom to the elect.